What's good, internet? Tunji from Ceasar Graphics. Welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you my top 3 designs this week. So let's start. So all the designs I'm going to be reviewing in this video are saved from Pinterest. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link to this design in the description section of this video. This is a movie poster, and why I so much love this design is because of the way the designer played with the use of scale. And as you can see here, we have different scale here. We have this mountain here, and we have this people looking this small here, and then we now have the title. All right, so the use of scale here is very balanced, and that's part of what I always share with my students, that when you're working on design projects, it's always best to use scale to make your project look dynamic. Making them share similar size is not going to help your project, and that's what this designer did here. All right, and the other thing I so much love about this project is the fact that the texture on the background really helped the contrast on the type, that is the title, stronger. If you look at the scale, if you look at the mountain here, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. You notice we have this texture on the mountain. We also have the texture here, and if you look at the background, we can also see the texture. All right, so this texture here is part of what really make this project look successful. And see, guys, texture is also part of how you create contrast in graphic design, where every element on your projects have texture on them, and then you now make just one of the elements, all right, on the project not have texture, like the way we have it on the title here. Yeah, I know we have this touch of fog on the title here, but if you look at the other part of the title here, you notice that we have this smooth texture on it, and this really make the contrast on the title really balanced. And the other thing that really help here is the use of white space. All right, if you look at the project, you'll notice we have this huge white space around the title, and this really made every element on the project here visible to us. We can easily see the title, we can see the mountain, we can see these people with small size here. And what really made us see these people here is because of the way we have this white space around them. All right, so if you're trying to make focus be on any small element on your project, it's always best to give room for white space around them. And this really helped the making of this project look successful. And lastly is the color used on the title. Red is one very powerful color that draw attention fast, and I like the way this designer played with it here. And I'm sure the reason why this designer decided to use the red is because he or she knows he's gonna put this fog effect around the title, and in order not to now make the fog effect hide the title, the designer decided to use red to really make the title more visible. I so much love this project. All right, so let's go straight to our next design. This is another beautiful design I love so much, and it's also a movie poster. All right, now see, guys, if you are into flyer design and you really want to tell story with design, it's always best to save more of movie posters. All right, so I like the way this designer play with image and type here. I'm sure you guys can agree with me that this character here, all right, these characters here really give that letter I here that made this word here complete. All right, the placing of these characters here is what really made this word balance. And as designers, combining image with type is also part of how you can surprise your audience. If you look at the first design I reviewed, which is this, you notice that we still have the effect from the background on the title, and that's the same thing this designer did here. So merging your image with your title is part of how you can do the unexpected in graphic design. And another reason why I so much love this is because of the contrast between what we have on the foreground and the background. The light effect on the background here is what really made this title here really visible to us. my advice to you here is, whenever you notice you want to do this type of drama where you want to use image to form, maybe like to form a particular letter in your title, it's always best to give room for white space so that people can really see the beauty of the layout. All right. So let's go straight to our third design for today. Boom. Yeah. Now, the use of white space is very important. In fact, we can still see the use of white space here, because if you look at each of this shape here, you notice that we have space around them. All right. We have space around them. So white space is very important in every design. Okay. Now, but why this looks successful to me is because of the way the designer played with the shape here. All right. I like the way the designer played, with the shape and also the elements. I know so many designers have come across clients saying, I want to have pictures of everything I do on my project. Now, this design is one of the layouts that I believe you can use to help your client project everything that he or she, is into. And why I so much love this type of shapes, or like this type of layout, all right, is because whenever you see the creating of shapes around a particular shape like this, what you're trying to say is you are trying to say that information or the content that you have at the center of those shape is what you really want people's attention to go to first. So whenever you're working on design project and you want to say, okay, I want people's attention to go to this particular information, this style of doing this effect of creating shapes like this is part of how you can achieve that. And another reason why I so much love this is because it gives this project this I can see the nature, all right, the nature feel on this project. And how the designer was able to make this look successful is through the making of this leaf image here visible. All right, making of this leaf image here visible, and this really give the project the nature look. And another reason why I love this again is the way the designer played with the title here through the use of using styles to spice up the title. We have light sans serif here, and then we now have the bold style of the same character here, and this really make the project look successful. Second to the last, what I love about this project is the way the designer use icons here. Icons are part of what we use to make our project look interesting as designers. So if you're watching this video and you are always running away from the use of icons, I'm going to advise you to start getting used to using icons. And when you're using icon, all right, please, there's a way to use it. You don't just get icons from the internet because the icons speak what the information you're trying to pass is saying. No. Watch how this designer play with these icons. You notice that the designer used a particular style of icon. We have two different type of icons. We have the use of fill icon, and we have the stroke icon. The fill icon is always the icons where each of this space will have their fill colors in them. But here we have the stroke icon where there's always white space in between the stroke. And that's what this designer did here. So if you combine fill icon with stroke icon, you're going to affect the flow of the project. All right. You're going to affect the unity of the project. So I want every one of you to take note of this now. So when you're using the stroke icon, please use the stroke icon all through the project. And if you're using the fill icon, use a fill icon throughout the project. And that's what I love so much about, this design. Now, the other thing I love, which is the last thing I love about this design, is the way the designer used shadow to separate the shapes. All right, the frames here, how the designer was able to use shadow to separate the frames here from the background, which is very beautiful. I like the fact that we have this soft shadow behind each of the frames here. This really push the frames forward. That's part of what I love so much about this. And why the designer decided to use the shadow is because if we don't have the shadow behind these frames here, you're going to end up having the background of the the images is going to blend with the background of the project here, and it's not going to help the project look successful. So the designer decided to use the shadow to separate the frame from the background. I love this so much. All right, so I'm going to stop here. I'm sure you had fun watching this tutorial, and I'm very much sure that you've learned so much watching this video. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell, because I'm going to be posting more tutorials like this for you to watch. If there's anything you want to share with me, drop it in the comment section. And if there's anything new you learn from this tutorial, drop it in the comment section. Let me know. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Share this video with other creatives. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.